We are back in Toronto, Canada to do an interview on the owner of this V10 Manual BMW M6. Yes, that's right. Some of you probably didn't even know they made that. They made 300 for North America only. And today we're going to interview one of the 24 that are in kilometers. Now this is the same owner who had the Alpina E34 that I just did, but this is one of his other babies and the car that I've been most excited to interview while my trip here in Toronto is happening. So sit back, relax, and let's find out all about this car. So right here we have the owner. Welcome back on the channel.
Hey.
We just did a part one with your E34. Do you want to introduce yourself again for those that don't know?
Sure. My name is Vasile, and this is my BMW M6 Manual V10.
V10, that's right.
Yes,
so
sir. What
is it about this car? Why do you drive this car?
Well, first and foremost, I've always loved the sound of the V10. I am a little bit older and probably dating myself, but I enjoyed the F1 when they had V10 engines. They just sound so unique. And in my opinion, this is probably the best product BMW ever made, because I don't think BMW will ever make another V10, especially with all the emission regulations. So in my opinion, you can't do any better than that. And then when you tie in the manual to it too, where you can row your own and have full control of the car, I think that's probably one of the best BMW M cars ever made.
And you've driven a lot of M cars, right?
I have had the privilege of driving pretty much all M cars and all the special BMWs out there, and I've had a V10 before. I had an M5 V10, also manual, which I've sold, and I've missed it. I've missed it all along, and that's the reason why actually I sold my E39 M5 and my E38 7 Series to be able to buy this, which is, you know, a super rare car. BMW only made about 300 of them, M6 coupes with the manual worldwide.
Wow,
and
that's insanely rare.
Yes. Believe it or not, out of all of them, they only made them for North America, right? The rest of the world did not get it, did not get the manual. They only got the SMG, right? And in my opinion, you know, an SMG is a lot of fun to drive, but it doesn't have that third pedal. It doesn't have that gear shift action that you can do. So yes, in my opinion, this is probably one of the best M products out there.
And you said that out of the 300, they made 24 in kilometers.
They only made, that's what I've been told, is the number is 24 all years, all colors combined. So I'm not being a Corvette guy right now, numbing it down. But yeah, they made only 24 all years, all colors combined for Canada, and only Canada got the actual kilometers an hour cluster and the Celsius degrees. You know, if you live anywhere in the world, that's pretty much what you're looking at. You're looking at a car out of 24 worldwide. Yes.
That's crazy. And this car has aftermarket wheels on it. What are these?
This is a throwback to the E34 M5. They're called throwing stars because reminiscing of the Ninja throwing star. They were drawing hot air from the brakes out. These were actually custom made from, like, they were CNC'd out of a block of forged aluminum. They're three-piece wheels, so no original wheels have been harmed in the making of these. I just wanted something a little bit special and at the same time have a throwback to the old BMW M wheels.
Yeah, and this car, it looks massive, but you were telling me off camera that it's not much heavier than an M3 E92.
Yes, correct, because the M6 Coupe actually was only carbon roof, so none of them had a sunroof, right? So you're looking at comparing this to an E92 with a carbon roof, and the difference is basically 100 or 200 pounds. However, if you think about it, yes, you may gain 100 or 200 pounds, but you also gain 100 horsepower. So once you compare it, like, is it worth the trade-off? I think so. It's an awesome GT car, right? You can drive it, it's nice and comfortable because it's a 6 Series after all. It's not based on a 3 Series, right? And then whenever you want to have some fun, you can put it in that mode and roll your own, drop a couple gears and enjoy the drive.
And this car, you get the added V10, like 2 more cylinders as well, right?
That's exactly it, right? So, and it's not just the power, right? Power is okay, but a lot of new cars, you know, a Tesla Plaid would also have a lot more power. But you don't have that sound, you don't have that engagement. When you drive this, like, you get so much more coming back to you, right? So it's very special. I don't think BMW is ever going to make a V10, and in my opinion, this is it. Some already know that I also have the Alpina. Believe it or not, when I go for a drive to enjoy for myself, right, a selfish drive, so to speak, I do pick this over the Alpina. The Alpina is a lot more kind of geared towards others. If you want to have fun and enjoy yourself, this is it.
Yeah. And what's this car like to drive as an experience?
It has that bipolar personality, right? If you don't press the M button, it's very comfortable. With the windows up, you don't hear anything. You can drive and get up to speed that you have to be careful, right? Because especially in Canada, you can get into hot water really quickly. But at the same time, if you want to enjoy yourself and you want to drive some nice roads, you put it in M mode, maybe roll down the windows a little bit to get that extra V10 sound, and it'll be perfect.
Is it rare? Is it hard to find other owners that have them? Is there a community?
There is a pretty big community. I think that actually lately people started to kind of turn more towards V10s again, knowing that all the previous kind of reputation that it had for, you know, engines blowing up. Now everybody knows you just have to do rod bearings every so often. So it kind of became a maintenance item, so to speak. So as long as you do the rod bearings every 100,000 kilometers, maybe that's a bit overkill, but rather be safe than sorry. It's not that crazy. Believe it or not, out of all the BMWs that I've owned, and I'm above 12 now, I think 13, 14, this has been very reliable to me. I never had to do really anything on this specific car. On my previous V10, the only thing I had to do is change a starter once, and that's pretty much it. So it's been very reliable. Yes, the SMG has quite a few more problems, but you know what? Switch to a manual then.
Yeah. A lot of people are scared of the V10 for reliability. How have you found it? Is it as scary as people say it is?
No.
No,
Not at all. No, I think it is scary, especially for people that want to, you know, play casino games and roll the dice on not changing rod bearings. But if you change the rod bearings, which everybody knows is a common flaw, then you're all set. So, and you can enjoy a nice V10, and for the price, you can't really have that experience.
Yeah, and you had the E60 M5 too. How does that compare to this?
The E60 M5 is a bit heavier, I would say, but it still kind of follows the same mantra, right? It's a cruise missile. Sorry, it's built for the Autobahn. You can sense it when you're driving it. It's very stable on high speeds. Also very comfortable. What I would say that surprised me the most is probably the braking power on these cars, because believe it or not, you cannot fit wheels that are smaller than 18 inch. Like 18 inch, and not even all of them, only some of them can fit. But otherwise it's 19 or higher, only because the rotors are so big. Some cars actually have wheels as big as the brake rotors on this car.
What an insane car. Do you mind if we go for a ride in it, see how it is?
Sure, absolutely, let's go.
Okay, let's go for a ride in this thing. Oh my gosh, that was a lot of revs.
I enjoy it too.
Dang. So here we are in the M6 now. Do you know how many convertibles they made in manual?
I believe something around 360, 370 of them.
So even more convertible manuals than coupe manual?
Yes, believe it or not, that's the case. Which I don't blame them, because who wouldn't want to listen to this sound, right?
It's so quiet when it's windows up inside.
Yes.
And then, you know, you crack the windows, it's a bit louder, which will do. And then you put an exhaust on, and then what?
You could put an exhaust on if you want everybody else to hear you. But ideally, you should want to put a carbon plenum and carbon intakes on, because that would let more sound into the car. which really, that's what you care about, right? You want to hear it. I don't really care about my neighbors necessarily being disturbed by the V10 sound. I want to enjoy the V10 music for myself. That's the route to go, which I actually have managed to get my hands on a set of Venturi carbon plenums and carbon intakes, and soon enough I'll put them in. Sorry, not in time for this interview. That's the best modification you can do to a V10.
And how much should someone look to pay for one of these?
I'd say in Canada it's probably around 40 to 50,000, if depending on the mileage and condition, right? If they're well maintained and lower mileage, I would say probably 50. I would have paid 50,000 for mine. I'm at 120,000 right now. I think they'll keep going up in price, because if you think about it, what other V10 manuals are out there? You have the Audi R8, right? And what else? Pretty much nothing. Maybe the Gallardo, yes, but that's
it.
Triple the price, potentially.
It's a really good looking car, I think, now, but I never liked them when I was a kid. But they've grown on me a lot.
They are kind of peculiar looking, I will admit. Sorry, I had to do it.
Oh my goodness.
A little bit of open road. They are a little bit peculiar looking, especially the rear is, tough to look at sometimes. However, I do like how they drive, and when you're inside, you're not looking at outside, how it looks outside, right? So you're just enjoying the drive.
Yeah, I think now they look fantastic. I think they're aging so well, which is really interesting.
They're aging much better than the newer
M6
bucktooth BMWs, right? These, especially the M3s, the M4s. I'm not a fan of their look. I would rather pick this over it. But I mean, I would pick this over most BMW M products. So here it is.
So you think this is the best M car you've ever driven?
I would say so. I'm a little bit older now, so I would prefer something that is comfortable when you want it to be, and then when you want to have some fun, it can also deliver on that. For somebody younger, maybe an M3 is more kind of into their taste, which absolutely fine with that. They're very capable cars as well. But if you want to cruise in a big GT and feel comfortable and not beat you down and enjoy a V10 sound, this is it. Yeah, this is really it.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime car that will never be repeated again.
Oh, absolutely. And if you've watched F1 when Schumacher was killing everybody with their V10 powered F1 cars, and even right now when I'm saying this, you probably know exactly the noise in your head, which is this one as well. You just want that. You want a piece of that, memory back, right? You don't want to listen to, a battery powered anything, or a hybrid anything, or a turbo that you can't really hear.
Oh my gosh.
You want some V10 power and sound. And yeah, there are faster cars out there. I don't disagree with that. But do they give you the same level of emotion? Absolutely not.
Well, let's crack the windows and listen to how this car sounds a little bit.
Oh, we just passed under a bridge.
Oh my goodness. I can only imagine if this thing had like no mufflers, complete straight pipe, it would be so loud.
It would be quite savage, yes.
Yeah. Right now it's proper gentleman spec. Yes.
Right. The ones that don't hate their neighbors.
Yeah.
I actually feel for my neighbors already, so I don't want to overdo it. You have to roll your own. That's where it's at.
Yeah. Well, thank you for doing this interview. It's been my pleasure, and I really look forward to doing a V10 M6 manual, especially. So,
sure, anytime.
Thank you so much, not just for this, but for the Alpina E34. If you didn't watch that video, go watch it. It's posted. I filmed it like 2 hours ago, and equally as cool of a vehicle. So thanks for watching, guys. And if you want to go follow, what's your Instagram?
It's BMW VX.
BMW VX. Thank you guys for watching this interview. If you want to be interviewed by me, DM me on Instagram at MagnaCars. Never ever quit on your dreams. Don't give up, no matter how high or how low you go. Just keep on moving forward. Keep on pushing. You can do it. And remember, God loves you. See you in the next video.